Shut up, Gray Cloud. 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 Shut up, Gray Cloud.
Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me. Oh, hey! Be a part of the comics.
Oh man, y'all gonna have to give me a minute. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, man. Come to the earth to be alive. Come to the earth to hide, try. Come to the earth to be yourself. Come to the earth not like hell. Come down to earth. Come down to earth. Come to the earth to be alive. Come to the earth to try to strive. Come to the earth to be Hey, bro, trying to get myself together. Oh, yeah. Your equipment trailer. I just seen that. I had to look. If you'll see, I've got the camera this way. My table's over here, and the laptop's kind of behind me right now. So that's why I was not showing the. But once I stop playing around on this, and I'm only gonna play for a second. And I'm don't know how long I'll be on here either. So you got just getting ready for my equipment trailer to be dropped off. My spring project. Okay. And welcome anybody else that's here. Here in a minute, I am gonna put the after a little bit of playing. I only regret that. Well, I don't really regret anything. But, life is life, and you move on. But I wish I had like when I had the chance to learn more about the drums and maybe a little bit more about music, because I did go into the school band for about a little over half a year, and then I just kind of quit because I already knew how to play the drum set, and I wasn't wanting to carry around the bass drum or hit the cymbals together and all that, or do just one single thing. I wanted to play a drum set, and boy, did I not understand that. Later in life, those things could have came in handy, like me retaining more of the musical ability to read music. I kind of know how to read a few of the notes and the simplest things, but as far as being able to look at a piece of sheet music and play the drums to it, I couldn't do that. And I've known drummers that can do that. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, Kit Basher. Oh, Tom there. But and I think the guy's mowing the yard, so that don't really matter though. I might have to close the windows or the door, or just let the lawnmower be loud to us. If it comes by, if he makes it to the trailer before I've ended the stream. What do we got here? Let me see. I came in. That sounded kind of, you slapping the bass. Okay. I'm glad you're slapping the bass and not something else. I came in for a sugar crash and saw you were live. For a sugar crash, or you were having a sugar crash? Like coming down from eating a bunch of sugary stuff? Sometimes it hurts to be alive. Sometimes it hurts just to try to strive. Sometimes it hurts to be myself. Sometimes it hurts a lot like hell. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it hurts to be myself. Anyway, I haven't really done a lot of work on that other than last week. Just kind of improvising and coming up with a few words. So that's the beginning of something. It can be something, if nothing other than me just playing little short segments and singing along to a drum beat, no big deal. Oh gosh, let's see here. And anybody else out there, you don't have to feel like you can't say anything in the chat if you have the ability to say something in the chat. I've got to watch my damn. This pissed me off. I got to get a better setup. The way I got this going on here, and this chair, rolls around. Sometimes I get tangled up in certain cords. Like here's my computer cord over here going to the laptop. Then I got cord plugged into my phone because I'm using the hotspot off my phone. So I usually keep it plugged in during the time that I'm streaming. Let's do a little bit, one more little Had a Sugar Crash. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sugar crash, sugar crash, sugar crash, crash. Sugar crash, sugar crash, sugar crash, crash. Okay, enough of that. I haven't touched that little kit in a few days. This week's been kind of weird. It's been kind of weird. And what I'm gonna do, I do like to have this over on this side when I'm streaming now. It seems to work a little better, and we'll see what it looks like there. When I'm doing it this way, it seems to be a little better for me. And I need to get something new to hold the phone on. This thing is about worn out. I don't have that gimbal, but it's been acting weird lately too. And I don't know if I should put trying to figure out if I should put that little blanket up over the window or not. I don't think that's making any difference really. I think everything looks just fine here. That's just me being a little self-conscious, little maybe a little concerned about what it looks like or something. So the next thing that I wanted to do, oh, okay, they're sitting right there. Here in a minute, I'm going to try to take the phone and I'm going to put it on the overhead, the thing that holds the phone and allows me to lay the book down. You know, I might show off a few pages of Horace H. Hoover, the first issue. I've read the first 2 issues, so I haven't made it to issue 3 yet. I intend to try to get issue 3 read before today is over. I have read some of my Jack Reacher novel today. That I'm always feeling stressed for time. Like I get to doing things during the day when I am feeling good, like either walking or cleaning and doing all that, or a stream, making videos. And then I try to fit in some of the reading time, you know, and there's multiple things I have in the works, whether it be comic books, novels, or whatever, as far as not in the works, but in the middle of reading. Some at the beginning, some towards the end, some right in the middle, you know. I'm not far away from finishing this Jack Reacher novel, though. That's what I've been working on for the past month or longer. Persuader, but you know, I'm not just reading one thing at a time. And then before I get off of here, I probably will try to lay this down and show the interior just a little bit. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it is showing up the way it should now. So the words won't be backwards and all that. Oh man, I'm a little tired. Well, I'm not really that tired, but I'm kind of like, this week's been up and down, where Monday was like really busy. I was doing a lot. Then Monday night, I had stomach problems. Let's just put it that way without going into details. So I was up and down all night long, you know, having to get to the toilet, and then that led me to Tuesday feeling drained and low on energy. So I kind of just rested most of Tuesday, and I felt kind of Then Wednesday, I shot back up there. I felt better, got some things done. Yesterday I felt okay, but my body could tell from Wednesday what I'd done on Wednesday. And so yesterday I took it a little easier once again. So it's just kind of seeming like one day on, one day off a little bit, you know, as far as energy and the level of pain that I'm feeling. So And then I did have a little bit of a cup of coffee today. I haven't had any coffee all week. Personal reasons, just trying to like limit my amount of caffeine and stuff for a little bit. So that's had a lot to do with probably the way I feel some too. You know, and it's not that I drink coffee every single day. I go through phases. I don't have to have coffee every day or don't feel like I need it every day. I don't need caffeine every day either. Okay, where am I going with this? It's just Friday afternoon. I'm just chilling. I just wanted to get a small, like, short stream in here to kind of round out the week. You know, I streamed over last weekend, did a comics group. Nobody joined me on panel on Saturday, last Saturday. Now, this Saturday, tomorrow, I do believe there's at least 2 people that are. I know that Reverend Rune, who is a really phenomenal artist, is supposed to show up maybe tomorrow and be there with me for comics group. Good afternoon to all of you magnificent bastards and bastardettes. Gray cloudy day, yeah. You can just keep it to gray cloud, you know. But yeah, no, some people, but I think you understand. You know, Tank. Yeah, my channel is Gray Cloudy Day. A lot of people, you know, like I really don't care. Like people refer to me by the channel name, but you know, anybody that's talked to me for a while, it's definitely Gray Cloud. But yes, Gray Cloudy Day, or even Gray Cloud Thoughts. You know what, man, guys? I was pulling away from the second channel a little bit, you know, and then all of a sudden, I found it growing, which I was still keeping it alive and trying to upload little shorts over there and stuff. And matter of fact, when I do an overview video of Horace A. Tuber, I'll probably upload it over there on that channel. Even though I'm pulling back and doing everything mainly on the main channel, as far as promoting, as far as going to cover the comic books that I do like on certain days or whenever I want to, as well as keeping up the motivational type work I do. What up? What up, Subjugates Comics? I wonder if that comic, or I wonder if Kolga has made it to the border yet and over in Canada. I hadn't really looked at the, it should be up there by the border by now, I'd imagine. My autofill has a mind of its own. Yeah, Tanks, or I mean, Kit Basher was saying that he's waiting on I was playing the little drum kit right before y'all joined, and then he said he was slapping his bass, and I said, well, I'm glad you're slapping the bass, and, you know, not something else. I had to make that joke. But he said he's waiting on a equipment trailer to be dropped off. Oh, yeah, Subjugates. We smoking a bowl today for sure. That's what I'm doing right this second. Trying to think of what all I wanted to try to cover. I really don't have anything in particular other than that I was going to play the little kit for a minute, which I did. I may bust out a couple of beats before I end the stream towards the end. And then, like I said, no time like the present, right? And guys, I can't tell you, the reason I haven't dropped a link in the chat to join or anything like that is I'm not really sure how long I'm going to go on this. Well, I'm going to be here as long as people are kind of interested in listening to me for a minute and watching. So, you know, that's not a big deal. Sometimes it's really great to open up the doorway and have people come on. But I also know if I don't know exactly how long I'm going to be here, even if I'm by myself, and it might be short at times, bringing someone on will get me to going longer than I might intend. Because, boy, I like to bounce back and forth. I love it when people show up and come on and we can actually talk back and forth and stuff. But even in the chat, y'all can tell I try to keep up with the chat. So even if anybody's not on panel with me, I do appreciate it when someone is interacting in a certain way, you know, like enough to. Okay, I'm trying to get this situated here. I'm going to turn that off for a second until we get See if we can get this kind of. Y'all give me a second. Okay, let's see if this is going to work here. It's going to work. I'm sure it will. And then you see the ceiling because I haven't done this yet. Okay, there we go. And then I'm working at the moment, just popping by to say what up and hope y'all have a great day. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. You know, like I was saying, is some days, like if I had started this earlier in the day, I probably would have been like already put a link in there and all this stuff. Now, if I'm still on here another 15, 20 minutes from now, I might as well drop a link. But you know, but then sometimes there's a time and place for everything, isn't there? Okay, that's good enough, isn't it? Like I don't know. Y'all can see that. So why don't we take a look? I got to put these in their own individual bags because he put them two in. I really like the quality of these books. So let's see if we can do this here correctly a little bit. So just out of reading issue 1 and 2, I can tell you I have thoroughly enjoyed both of these, both ones that I've read so far. Now, of course, I can't tell you really as to the particular origin of why he has a vacuum cleaner for a head or a helmet. They do refer to it as more like a helmet in the book, but I don't know for sure. Let's see. Okay, like when I take the light off of it, I think I wish you could see how great the coloring is without that light I've got on here is not really good. It's kind of like, anyway, this isn't like a professional setup or anything, but I'm kind of under the impression because now this is pretty cool. This book is set. This storyline is set in like the early 1920s or somewhere in the 1920s. And I believe they're in New York City, if I remember correctly. I want to say they are in New York. Yeah, New York City, 1920s Earth, the study of Horace H. Hoover. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking I remembered that was part of it. Now he's like a paranormal investigator type guy. He's got kind of a group of people that work with him that some have supernatural abilities, or they know how to talk to the dead, different things like that. So you can see where this is definitely, for me, it's got like a kind of like a Dark Horse. Some of the what do you call it? Hellboy dynamics, because it's dealing with the paranormal, the supernatural, and you got these weird, quirky characters and stuff. Now, in the first issue, there is actually 2 stories in here that I didn't realize that it was going to be split up into 2. But then when you get into the second issue, it continues on with where it begins in this book, which is where this girl here, she's got this book, you see, and it's possessed, and it's so he is trying to figure out why this particular spirit is latched onto the book, and he thinks that the spirit is from one of the old neighbors. Hey, what's up, Susie? Good to see you. And I wish my phone was, or like I wish the camera was a little better or the light, but it is what it is. Let's see if this looks better like that. Not really. It's not doing it great justice, but y'all get the picture. You get kind of an idea. It's kind of simple. Now, this is the end of the first story, but he's talking about the book, so you get into the second issue. But here's your second story. This was really cool. A mystery, a traitor, and a fork. And this is where you meet some of the other people that he is. Like, you got this
this is kind of a Nosferatu type character, and I really think he's cool. What's really cool is when he talks, it's in another language. Look at this, like see, it's in whatever language he speaks. So you don't really know, and so they end up in this place where these tentacles and stuff, like they find that they're kind of in another dimension or something. Pretty interesting. But I just wanted to give y'all a little look at this. And tomorrow, I'll probably try to have a better setup. I'll try to get this set up and make it, but it is what it is. Now, one of the things I really, really dug about this particular comic is not just the story and the fun of it, but that he took the time to create these ads that are not like real ads. Let me get my glasses on. But you can see this. It's got like an old school look to it. What up, Master Ramen? What's up? So, like, you can see here, it says, introducing Monster Summer Beach Vacation video game cartridge. And just think about like if you were back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, probably more low in the 80s because you had the video game cartridges. Kind of going from the 80s into the 90s. You were just hanging out in your home under a volcano. When you get a postcard from your giant monster family asking you to meet them at the beach, it just so happens that there are a bunch of cities in your way. Try to make it to the coast without getting attacked by the police or accidentally eating anyone along the way. I just found that hilarious, man. And then you got down here, the kid playing it, using the most advanced graphics currently available. Very nostalgic, man. I thought that really added a touch to this. Not only was I enjoying the artwork of this artist and the entertaining stories that go along with Horace H. Hoover, but then I get to this and I was like, man, that's just totally cool. Like, you know, and then not only that, the artist got like a more classic style, kind of like, well, makes me think of like, you know, maybe some of the 70s into the 80s type of comic art and stuff. It's still got some detail more so than some of the older stuff, but definitely see the influence. But what I was going to say is when you get to the back here, what I found really cool too was now I'm going to talk about this stuff tomorrow anyway, but I'm just doing it today as something to kind of, you know, have a subject, have something to talk about, and show the first issue off a little bit, you know, because I did read issue 1 and 2 so far. I've got 3 and 4 to read, and then issue 5's not out. So once that's being campaigned or anything, I definitely am going to back this. I went to the website and ordered these. So y'all give me a second and I'll find some information so you can look this guy up if you want. But he wrote like actual letters, like as if this had been a comic ongoing series. So I thought this was cool. Like, dear publishers, okay, this isn't Captain America, so I don't know how I even got this comic. I mean, Horse is red and blue, just like Cap, and even has red and white stripes for his socks, like Cap. But this is not Captain America. Where is the shield throwing? Where are the acrobatics and the punching bad guys? Well, I guess there is some punching, but it's so strange, like old Tommy fighting. Is there any way I could get my money back? I'm on a fixed paper delivery budget. Money is tight when school is out. So I thought that was a nice touch too. You know, adding like an ad in there to give you that feeling of when you were a child or your teenager, whenever it was you were first like getting into comics, and you had ads and you had like the letter sections in the back and everything. Okay, now let me get the camera back. Oh, so there we go. Maybe I need this on now. It's okay. I don't know what I'm too worried about. So there you go on that. Heck, I've only been going 30 minutes. It feels like I've been on for a long time already. Uh, uh, and I can it's 3:42. I figure my goal, even when I'm on here by myself, is I try to see if I can continue and challenge myself to at least go for an hour. Back in the day when I first started streaming, I'd get kind of antsy. If in 20 minutes there was nobody watching and nobody talking or nothing, and I ain't talking about even having anybody on a panel, just me going through the YouTube app, I'd get a little too ahead of myself and I'd end it. And I realized sometimes what you do is you just get on here and you just go. You just keep going, you start talking, you start kind of going wherever you go. And I guess once you get to a point where you've said enough and you've said what you needed to say, if nobody's there, you end it. But I figure I've been here 30 minutes, I can go another 30 minutes. And I might take the phone outside for a minute too, walk around the yard. It's been a lovely day today. Really nice day. Oh man, it's warm. I actually got the fan on over there. I got my front door open. I got kitchen windows open. I've got one of the windows open in the living room, cracked about that much open. Bedroom window open, and I still had to plug the fan in just to get really. I mean, there's kind of a breeze going through, but I've been kind of on the move and doing a lot today. So, well, not a lot, but a lot compared to some days. I took a good walk this morning. I took a short walk before I started this stream. I've washed dishes today, swept. I did a little bit of mopping. I could stand a mop. I'm sure everybody tunes in to hear about Gray Cloud's daily chores. That's really what you want to hear about. But so tomorrow, now Reverend Rune, I believe, is going to join me, be on panel tomorrow. Which I like him. I like his art. And he's been saying this past week, like he's not. He even told me like if he has something he's got to bring up. Oh well, I always like to talk radio, so this kind of reminded me. Yeah, well, that's why. Hopefully, eventually moving forward, I realize that on my Ko-Fi, I need to set up a goal, and people might tip me there or contribute to my goal. Like like I would eventually. It'd be kind of cool to have whatever it is I need to have. Like even just a cheap microphone that I can plug into the laptop, I guess, or But what's weird is because I use my phone for my camera, so I don't know. I'm kind of like not really sure what all that entails. And shouldn't I be able to stream up to I don't know. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Yeah, what I was going to say is somebody that several people here in the chat would probably know who I'm talking about. Of course they will. But Ethan Van Skyler often says, think of streaming like it's like you're doing a radio show, So that's the only reason I mentioned. Now, everybody tells me the microphone on this phone works pretty well. And the camera is okay. I'm just kind of like wishing. Yeah, well, I just dropped it because I realized I'd been here 30 minutes. I might as well go ahead and drop it in case somebody did want to pop in for a second. So I didn't necessarily drop it because I'm sitting here, because I figure if nobody, if we keep going and everything's going good with the chat, that once I hit about an hour, if nobody's joined me, it's no biggie. And that's why I looked at the time before I dropped the link. I was like, oh, it's almost 4 o'clock my time already. And man, time just catches up with me, like especially on good days when I'm physically not feeling bad, and I'm like staying busy, man. Like, like whether it be walking, cleaning, doing a little bit of reading or whatever. I got another sketchbook the other day, so I'm wanting to, even though I'm not a great artist. Now this is kind of a kiddie looking sketchbook, but like the guy at the Family Dollar was like, "You got some kids?" And I was like, "Well, no, I said I'm not a real good drawer or anything or visual artist, but I said a few years ago I decided I wanted to see if I could get any better, and it ain't like I practice every day. I just enjoy messing around with it. I do know what I would like visually. Give me 5 to 10 and I'll be there. Oh, you trying to keep me, ain't you? Trying to keep me on here. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up since Tank said he's going to be. Oh, no, actually, it'd do me some good if somebody pull, But yeah, so this is a little bit smaller than I had a bigger, like hardback, fancy like sketchbook that I kind of filled up. So I'm going to be excited to at some point start doing something there. What I really need to work on is my writing, though. I try not to overthink things. I try not to think too hard, like sometimes as I've gotten older this year, well, every year, but I hit 52 like in December, and it's kind of like, oh well, shit ain't getting done. Now I think I put pressure on myself. Sometimes I'm realizing really what I'm supposed to be focused on is just living in the moment, being here during this day that there is. And that's really the significant part of life for me. Not to get all like too down. That's not down. That's just real shit, man. It's like I realized like, okay, maybe I'm not going to get certain things done in my life that I wanted to, but that's okay too. But I'm still here and I am still pushing forward. And there are still things that I would like, if I can, to at least get the wheels turning, get something going, get something, that I can say that, when you don't see me around anymore, there's something that people can go, hey, man, that was a pretty cool, whatever it was that I was part of or helped create. But the truth is, most people, 100 years from now, none of us will be remembered. Why don't we do this for a second? Oh, gosh. Give me a second here. Yeah, I'm kind of aching right now. Oh. Now, if I walk away too far, my laptop will disconnect, but it don't matter. I'm still on the phone. Just kind of showing you what nice of a day, or how nice a day it is out here. Can you see the sunlight there? Now, I think tonight we're supposed to get some rain and stuff coming in at some point. The dogs didn't want to eat that, and I ain't seen the birds touch them. I shouldn't even had those yesterday. Bad stuff. Now, I like Andy Cap, the comic book or comic strip. Where you barking at, girl? Where you barking at, Beady? Oh, Beady. Come here, girl. Come here. Oh, stop barking. Ain't nothing nowhere. Stop it. Stop. Yo, goofball. Okay. Oh. Oh, give me a second, guys. Whew. I'm gonna set the phone back on the. I'm gonna set it back on the thing that. Oh, holds it. Yeah, that's her name, Beady Beady or Beady. I just say Beady Beady, and I call her Beady Butterhead sometimes. On the second channel on Great Cloud Thoughts, I uploaded a video the other day and called her Beady Butterhead in the title. You know that light. Let's see what it looks like if I put that cover up. Dang my foot. I got this spot on the bottom of my foot that, because it's where it's at, it's hard to like for it to get better. I'm out here sorting cables. Oh, okay. Oh man. Let's see if this makes the picture look a little better. Yeah, kind of. It helps a little bit, I think. Maybe. You know, because you had that sunlight was kind of taken away from something. I don't know. I think it didn't hurt it, but I think it probably looks better now. Sorting cables. Clifton, hey, hello. What's up, Clifton? How you doing? Let's see. Are you watching from the Great Cloud Stalks channel, or you know what? I can figure it out. I'm just asking. I can see you're watching from YouTube, but I think I'm streaming to my second channel as well. And is this real? Oh no, that can't be real. There isn't a King Conan teaser trailer, is there? Where am I? Oh, where are you? Oh, I'm in the South. It's no secret. I mean, I'm in Alabama. Was born in Tennessee. Lived in North Carolina for a little while before. Goodness gracious. There we go. I'm trying to figure something out here. Just joking, dude. Oh, okay. I'm trying, like, I've got the camera here and then my laptop's here. And so I'm trying to look at something real quick. I'm delirious on cold meds, so I'm going to watch, not chat. Okay, Susie. What kind of cold meds are you? I guess you got a cold, or you like me sometimes. Like sometimes I take cold medicine, and I don't have a cold. Not cold medicine, but cough medicine. Oh, cool. Oh, wait. Well, you're welcome here. I'm trying to get to a certain thing. I'm checking something out real quick, and then I'll be able to be attentive here. I see you said you just came across randomly. And of course, Susie's saying she's delirious from cold medicine. Now, kids, I'm not trying to promote the use of cough medicine, but if you have a cough, I can promote it. I'll promote it. Because if you have a cough, you might need it. Coricidin, triple C's. Yeah, that's what I was kind of referring to. Okay, so Clifton, you are watching from Great Cloud Thoughts, which is the second channel. I just was trying to figure that out because my main channel is called Great Cloudy Day, and I'm streaming to both of them, but, you know, and I also shot it over to X, but I don't think anybody really pays attention on X. If they go across it at X, they might just see it. They don't hardly anybody say anything from X. So that's really kind of why I don't even know why I even streaming over there. But well, I hope I didn't dox you. But I mean, you could be taking Coricidin because you actually have a cold too. I mean, people do take certain medicines because of, believe it or not, for the actual reasons they're supposed to be taking. Oh, I don't do it that often anymore. But even at this age, I still occasionally find myself there. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I'm just kind of hanging out for a minute. We're at 45 minutes. If Tank comes on for a little bit, I may go over. We might be over. Okay. Well, I wasn't saying that you were doing it for, and but like even if you're not taking it intentionally to get a head change, like that what is it, medicine head? Like when you're in the winter when you got the flu and a cough and this and that, and you're taking multiple different things. Yeah, sometimes that'll just make you like loopy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you chat so much. Just she's lying. No, I think she is saying I think she has got a cold. We're all funning around here. We're all I'm kind of like I'm kind of just picking around, trying to make some kind of light of the subject, try to be funny, as well as throw in some of my dumbass, life or whatever you want to call it. Oh man. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out. But
Oh, hey, be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me.
Ask Rev.
Oh, hey, be a part of the comics group with superheroes flying around me.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm laughing at my damn self, but whatever. What's the plan? Well, there's somebody that's talking about they might stop in here in a minute. They told me that they give them.
Shut up, Gray Cloud. Shut up, Gray Cloud.
Okay, so really, I don't have much of a plan other than like tomorrow. I kind of have an agenda, or like something that I do that is called Comics Group, but it's all satire and it's just fun. And we don't just talk about comics, but a lot of the people that show up are from like the Comicsgate community, Comicsgate, and independent crowdfunding and stuff. So a lot of what we talk about when it does come to comics is more independent and crowdfunded type stuff. When you catch me usually during the week like these streams, whether in the morning or in the afternoon, it's usually just kind of me just trying to touch base with any of the people that have been following me for a little while or subscribed. It's not like I have a lot of people, but there are a number of people that follow me fairly regularly, and when they can or see me live, they'll stop by, even if it's just for a few minutes in the chat. So that's kind of what I'm doing this afternoon. Like before you showed up, I don't know if you were there yet, but I was showing this off. And then at the beginning of the stream, I played the little kids kit. It's a little tiny drum kit, like really made for like a lot smaller person, but it's what I have, and I was just kind of playing around with that at the beginning of the stream. Who's my favorite comedian? Well, of course, I know that George Carlin's a lot of people's, but I would say he's one of mine. Just because of the thought processes and stuff that he put into the work. You know, I'm trying to think who else. I mean, there's a lot of people that are probably pretty popular. Not well, they're popular and they're good comedians, but like I'm trying to think of anybody that's not just well known, but I can't right off the bat. Maybe I do watch some different stand up. Oh, you play the drums too? Oh, I like Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks is good. Isn't Bill Hicks? Let me. I'm gonna look him up real quick so that I can remember. That's cool that you play the drums. Uh, I'm not that great. I mean, I can keep a good beat, and you know, when I played the drums in the '90s and stuff in a band. Okay, hold on. I like Shane Gillis too. Matt Rife is pretty good. I think old Steve Harvey, like Steve Harvey, hadn't been that fucking funny in years now, but of course he hasn't really done any stand up, has he? Too great. Uh, what's up, Anna Nikki Child? Oh man, I can feel this like just sitting in this chair as long as I've been sitting, and it's not even been an hour. And I even took the camera outside for a minute. Okay, yeah, Bill Hicks. I like him because he's wasn't he? Didn't he do some really? Well, it might not have been him. Maybe I'm confusing him. I thought he did some pretty intelligent like stuff that was also like kind of. I don't know. I could be putting my foot. Not Steve Harvey. I'm thinking of another old school black comedian. Yeah, Steve Harvey had some funny stuff in his early, but it's like he kind of hasn't. You know, like he did all that talk show stuff and then hosting what. But I'm trying to think. Did Bill Hicks not do some comedy that was like based on his faith? Like he's not the only comedian that's done that. There's like this one comedian that does that too, and he's like blondish like, but he's real smart. But he has some really funny stand up, and it's like faith based. Uh, Bill Hicks is yeah. I'm just trying to remember because Bill Hicks had a lot of different stuff, but I was thinking that yeah, that's what I thought. At some point, Bill Hicks in his comedy, sometimes some of his beliefs and stuff would come out, but it would be funny as hell. Like it wasn't like when you watch any real extreme left wing comedian nowadays, and I don't watch them really. The only reason I see them is on a YouTube. Like if you catch them on a YouTube channel of somebody showing them and showing how unfunny they are, sometimes it's funny. Well, I like Robin Williams even up to his last whatever the last one he did, like a few years before he died or killed himself or whatever. Uh, yeah, he tackled faith, politics, the Iraq War, push. Yeah, and you know what's weird is how now what's weird bringing up Bob Saget. Uh, and I can't even remember what it was, so there's no reason for me to even go there. But I do know that I saw something recently. I don't know. I saw something in the past, anywhere from the past 2 weeks to the past month, about Bob Saget, and it wasn't very pleasant. Like it was like, oh, I'm trying to remember what it was, alluding to that he wasn't that anyway. And I think it had something to do with his Bill Burr was pretty good. And I guess every once in a while he might still be, but I think he's gotten so I think his head is up his ass right now and has been for a while. Like if you go back even 5 years ago, Bill Burr was a lot funnier than in the last 5 years. And I think it's because when he started trying to get political and get into, uh, like some of his takes, and there you can differentiate somebody's opinion about something and the quality of their comedy too. Because I hear him every once in a while, just catch clips, and there'll be something that he'll say that is still funny. But when it comes to him trying to talk about certain current events, sometimes he's way off the map, and he's not, and he's kind of like I've been hearing that talked about with several people like in that scene, where like at a certain point they reach a certain level and they kind of start losing track of where they came from, or just kind of forgetting that the simplicity of what they were. Yeah. Yeah, and then he went over to oh, I know who you're talking about. That's Ron White, which he's gray haired now. Isn't that Ron White? I thought it was. I could be wrong. Does he smoke them cigars? Clifton might know. I think that's who you're talking about because I think he hangs out. But Arnold Palmer, I'm having trouble. Is Arnold Palmer the? Is that the? Yeah, okay. Because Arnold Palmer, is that the guy that does the golf? See, I don't know who's who. I know Kid Rock, and I know Kid Rock hangs out with somebody that is that hardcore like smoker and drinker, but he's like a badass golfer. But I remember, yeah, like some of his podcast, like all I was saying was that some of his takes on certain things. Okay, is somebody here? Tank, man, god dang it.
Hey,
Sorry.
what's up, man?
Have you been there for a minute?
It's all good. It's all good.
I was sitting here thinking, with his tank here, and then I just looked up. I just happened to recognize that there was 3 things showing, and I was like, "Oh, well, one of them ain't me." Like,
Yeah,
but
don't mind me, man.
we were talking about stand-up comedy.
I heard. I love Ron White. Ron White is based.
So what does Anna Nookie Child say? Yeah, it was another gray-haired golf dude. Might not be Arnold Palmer, but definitely Ron White is who I'm talking about. Yeah, Ron White. And then who are you asking? Clifton, somebody. He's from. He's saying
you
something.
A comedian. Yeah, but looks and smells ain't everything.
So we have Tank Barrett with us. And if I hadn't have been panicked because I just saw you were there, I would have pulled up that little. That's not necessary every damn time anyway. But
you're good. You're good.
I'd like to get my timing down that where I'm paying attention, and I notice, hey, so and so's in the back, and then I just like kind of nonchalantly go and pick out what it is I've got made. It's about timing. It'd be like if I'm playing music with somebody or something,
right. Right. Yeah, I just I finished up the full credits and with lyrical subtitles and everything for my Skyrim Let's Play. I just finished that up this morning, so it's I was up all night. The wife had a long week. They've been pulling 10-hour shifts down at the factory. And she loves her job, man. I mean, you got to keep in mind, she spent 22 years as a homemaker and working from home. And then when I was job hunting, she was like, "Hey, let's tag out. I want to go do this." And I'm like, "Okay, sure."
Oh, so that's how you ended up being.
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
it, huh?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Now,
she's
do you
22 years.
work
That's
online?
say again.
I didn't mean you go ahead and repeat what you were saying. I
Oh, I
interrupted.
was gonna say, 22 years. That's a retirement from a government job
Yeah.
with a full pension. So no pension for Momland. Only the eternal ingratitude of your children. Am I right?
Right.
What's up, Clifton? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see
Yeah.
everybody out there in TV
It's
land.
new to me. He said he just kind of ran. He came across this stream through my second channel, Great Cloud Thoughts. And
Oh, okay.
I just figured it out a little bit ago because I pulled up, my YouTube and split my screen, and I went in to see which. Yeah. So he was the one that asked me. He started off with asking what was my favorite comedian, and then it kind of away. Like everybody in the chat was had something to chime in on. I started off with George Carlin, and then I was like
Okay.
kind of stumped. Like I was trying to pull something out of my hat where like maybe you would know it or maybe you wouldn't, because I know a lot of different, but I don't remember.
Like who's that
Sometimes.
that deadpan guy?
Who?
The guy, I think Stephen Wright. He's like, and he's just
Oh,
like
Stephen Wright was hilarious.
where he's all like, so I got some spot remover today. Now I can't find my dog. Like he would just tell the jokes just so deadpanned and depressed. And it just made he could make a bad joke good just by the delivery, and that the delivery was so masterfully deadpan. Like I gotta imagine like some of these jokes, like he had to practice them so much until it just wasn't funny to him anymore.
Well, some people have a good cutoff switch.
It's
Oh,
true.
so how do you know? Clifton's asking. He's got some questions for me. How do you guys know each other? Comedy, music, and cinema, baby. That's what it's all about. Well, I know Tank through the love of comic books. First, that's how I wouldn't like. That's I found out about you through me being part of the Comics Gate community and the other independent crowdfunding people, that circulate in the Twitter world or even on YouTube. And I said YouTubes, but
the YouTubes.
YouTube. And I was getting around to explaining to Clifton a little bit about so Tank is an artist, and he is also working on like a board game.
Yep.
And he does work like artwork and stuff for other people a lot. Am I not right? Like you do, like other comic book people in the scene that are needing work, whether it be sketch cards or I don't know.
Yeah. Sketch cards, comic book covers, pinups.
Yeah. And but then Clifton, like a few people are in the chat with you that like Kit Basher, I know him through, and he's been on here before. I know him from toy collecting and music, and then like Tank also. I think he covered it all. I think really a lot of the people I associate with, we kind of all, it doesn't have to be one particular thing, where like a lot of the guys that pop in here are from our little corner of the world in the little, independent comic book crowdfunding world. But
right. It's a bunch of nerd stuff going on.
Well, I'm talking about comic books, but we were talking about comics earlier, like comedians. I appreciate Clifton actually being being new to me, and he's actually, they're actually asking questions. So obviously we're, I'm not. The conversation's not been boring, I guess, and we've been kind of all over the place. But I was just letting them know, trying to answer. I know a lot of different people from it just depends on what. Particularly, because not everybody I know is all in the same little community. So I guess I'm kind of part of several communities, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Like for you, you know, like several of the people that come on here and talk to me, like you, for instance, Will from the Will Studios, who else? Several people that are like big video game people, you know, and they know a lot about, you know, like when it comes to video games, man, like I had an Atari 2400, like the first one, you know.
The 2600. Yep, you were right.
Oh, I thought the 2400 was the first one.
Was the 2400 the first one? I thought there was the 2600 because that uses the 6507 chip.
Well, the first one was 2400, I believe,
Okay.
and then
I don't. Wow.
I think it is.
Because yeah, the 2600 and the 7800. The 7800 used the 6502 chip, which is the same chip that the Nintendo Entertainment System used. But I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong here.
I'm kind of curious now that we're talking about it. But I had an Atari. I believe the first one is 2400, and then you had. God dang it!
Well, you know what they say: if at first you don't succeed, get a bigger hammer.
Right. But then I also had a Commodore 64, and the guy that lived across the street, the kid that lived across the street, his dad worked at the Aero Air Force Base. And so he was like a computer dude, and he was, you know, you remember floppy disks were really floppy at one point?
Oh, yeah, the 5 1/4 inch floppies. Oh, yeah.
He would bring floppies home with like all these games that were like either in the arcade or like for the Atari, and they just like you had to have, but he had them all like on these discs, and then my friend would copy them and give them to me because we both had the Commodore 64, you know, so that's like where I remember. Like I had Frogger on the Commodore. I had
yeah, man.
And I had like one of my favorite games was Spy Hunter. But like, oh
yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, never heard of the game. What are you talking about there?
Oh.
Dude, I can't tell you how many.
The oil slick, the smoke screens, all that stuff.
Oh, dude, yeah. Dude, I can't tell you how many quarters I have blown at the pizza joint over at Mountain Mike's Pizza. How many quarters have disappeared into that machine when I was a kid?
Yeah, man. Someone and I was talking about, I don't know if it was on the phone or on a fucking stream, but I remember, and maybe I just got to talking on a stream by myself and something came up about me. I don't know, but I remember recently discussing back in the day, like talking about malls and how like going to a mall because it had an arcade and like maybe a video store and maybe like a tape store, or you had like a toy store or a bookstore where you could go and look at D&D stuff, and like maybe there was comics there, you know, like oh
dude, I love my one-stop nerd shops, man, for real.
So he asked, do you guys game? Yeah, I don't, but Tank does. And then Kit Bachelor said, this is a great D content, keep going. Oh, okay. I looked up the Atari. So evidently, here is what it says, what I'm seeing. The Atari 2400 is a rare, primarily Canadian marketing variant of the classic Atari 2600. Often appearing on boxes for 4-switch Vader models in the early 1980s. While the outer box might feature the 2400 label, the console inside is standard 2600, making it curious. See, because I was thinking they were both separate. But I'm looking at it. So that is what I had. So it was a 24. So you might have bought one in America that said 2400, but you would, the actual thing would, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Like I thought that it was like a 2400 and then 26 and then you go, but it went from 26 to
24. but it
Isn't
still
it?
uses the same. But it's the Canadian release of the 2600, so I'm guessing that he still uses the same 6507 chipset. See, I learned 6502 assembly, but in order to learn 6502 assembly, I had to learn 6507 assembly. And here's the funny thing about the Atari 2600 is that the 6502 chip came out in 1978,
Yeah.
but it was expensive. This was high speed, right? This was a full on 8-bit processor CPU chip, right? So a central processing chip. So Atari engineered one where they disconnected some of the functionality and they released the Atari 2600 for the low price of $150. That's basically like a $600 system. So, still comparable to how much a PlayStation or Xbox costs, right? But this was the affordable home gaming system that just, dude, it blew everybody out of the water. It did. It blew everybody out of the water.
Yeah, for that time, because like when I first moved, like the house that I was living in with mom, like it was after my mom had divorced dad.
Mm-hmm.
We first lived in an apartment building, and then she had a house built like through the HUD program or whatever
Right.
that she was making payments on. But once we got in that house, I remember that first year or two living there, like there were some neighbors, and you remember that just that simple video game Pong or whatever, isn't that what it was called?
Yeah.
Like they had that, and they had like a couple other games over there, but like Pong was just something real simple. But then it was like skip a few years later, into the mid like when we moved into that house, it was like early 80s, and then like 81, 82 something. But then around 84, 85, I don't remember exactly because I didn't read that year here exactly. It just says early 1980s. I'm sure I could find it if I wanted, but I don't need to look that hard. I remember within a couple of years, getting the Atari like for Christmas or my birthday or something. Somehow but then I remember the neighbor next door like got the next best thing is when the 7800 came out. Stuff was like.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came to like the Nintendo, the original Nintendo, I never had one, but one of my best friends had them, so I was used to it. And like about all I would play was Duck Hunt, like a shooting game where it just had the gun. It was easy, like da-da-da-da, like.
Yeah. No. I played on my friend's Nintendos. I didn't have one. And it's funny too. When the Super Nintendo came out, I still didn't have one. I was into collecting retro game systems at the time. So I had a Mattel Intellivision. I had a ColecoVision. I had an Atari 2600. I had an Atari 7800. And between those four systems, I had over 300 games. So I was like, wow, they're playing Joe Montana football. I'm playing the original football game on the Mattel Intellivision. I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons, Eye of the Beholder.
Oh yeah. You see, like like I was saying, like with the, so I had the, you had the Atari, but then once I got that Commodore, that was a few years later after that, like I think that was 5th or 6th grade. Like I'm really, I'm 52, so, but I just kind of, by the time it got to the first Nintendo, like I moved on. Music was more my thing. Skateboarding. So
yeah,
I kind of had just, and then by the time like PlayStation, the first PlayStation came around, I lived with some people that had it, or I'd be somewhere. I would play it. I would try it out, and then I lived with a friend that had PlayStation 2. I remember playing Resident Evil 2 like every day for a couple of weeks and not getting, and I had it on the simplest level. I couldn't get past a certain place. I could never get, like, I was like, okay, this shit looks cool, but I just didn't have I've never had the patience to play. Like, if it ain't real simple, then I'm probably not gonna, or like when I'd be at someone's house and they got a good gaming system, I'm like, okay, I'll
Right.
play a game with you, but it's got to be just something me versus you. We just like, and you just show me kind of like what button does what. Like,
Right. Right.
I've never.
Hold on, son.
All right, guys, have a good one. Late here. Catch you next time. Okay, Clifton, are you
Hey,
over?
take it easy, Clifton. Sorry. I
Where you
didn't-
at? If it's late there, he's probably like over in England or he's England, India. Well, he's probably not from India, but you know what I'm saying. I was just guessing because like I know Johnny Scab. It would be later for him. He'd be in England. A few
Yeah,
other.
it's a it's
Oh,
a,
did you
it's a
share a
5 hour
screen?
difference from what do you call it? Eastern
And then,
US time.
oh yeah, and then what's his name? Dennis Rodriguez is in Germany, and it's about that same kind of difference too.
Goodness. So I've got an exclusive for your channel because I got to run, bud. Pardon me. I mean to cough into the audience. So I've got a video. I have not dropped this video yet. I have not released it yet. It is still sitting unlisted while the YouTube's algorithm.
What just happened?
You clicked share screen.
Hold on.
So are you ready? I got a music video.
Oh, is it black because of you?
Yep.
Was it?
Because I have the screen paused.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I have not revealed this yet. This is an exclusive on Gray Cloudy Day, everybody. So enjoy it. And feel free to throw rocks at Gray Cloudy Day and not me. I like tomatoes.
Aurelia van Rooijkaart, de fleur van ons hoed. Hammer 9 till the grind, heaven to seal us. High rocket rocket like spirit now.
Booyah. Exclusive premiere over here. Sorry, I can't hear you, bud.
Your gameplays.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not actual, like, I mean, it is game footage, but it's not gameplay footage because I have a separate save that I use for recording.
Oh, okay.
So what I'll do is I'll go in and alter it so that way she looks just like the current version for when I need to record footage and stuff.
Yeah.
But I finally, like early this morning, I finally finished all those subtitles that you see down at the bottom. Like because I was like, all right, I need to learn how to use this software, and I don't say
Were
again.
those for the game or for the words to the song? I was trying to figure
Those are the
it out.
words. So yeah, no, it's the words to the song.
But
So
wasn't part of it in a different language? Like, was part of it in
yes.
a language that's like for the game?
No, that's Scottish Gaelic.
Oh, Scotch Gaelic. Well, I knew it was. See,
Yeah.
I had my glasses on. I was just looking, and I could tell that there was some English, but then there was something else, and I didn't put my glasses on. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah. So what I did
was
was I wrote some lyrics, right, and then I had them translated into Scottish Gaelic, Scottish Gaelic, and then I had the AI make it more poetic, so that way it fit like timbre and rhythm of Scottish Gaelic because it doesn't transliterate.
right. Are they
perfectly.
singing Scotch Gaelic?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Did you have this song back? What was it? 3-4 weeks ago, or whenever it was that you played some of the songs?
No. I just made this song like last week.
Oh, okay. So this ain't something that I'd heard that day.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the day that you shared 2 or 3 different.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. So yeah, that's the intro for my Skyrim Let's Play.
Okay. Well, Kit Basher said that was badass.
And then I had then there was a prompt war between me and Suno AI, and then and I just sent this off to a buddy of mine who he's got a recording studio, but he also knows he's connected to tons of musicians, singers, and all this stuff. And I was like, look. So I sent that to him, and I was like, "Look, I want this. I want more Julian pipe, and I want this and I want that." I was like, "This is a good proof of concept, but it needs It needs mastering. It needs more gritty guitar." And I was like, give me an estimate. Go. So he's gonna go put his feelers out, find a female vocalist, find a growl. He'll probably do the growls himself. And then he's going to put some feelers out and see how much it's going to cost me to actually have this made into a real song.
That's pretty cool, though, because we talked about
you liked it.
That you shared those other songs, possibly.
Yeah.
Having that.
Well, it's just like any skill band. You got to practice at it, but the machine does a lot of the work for you. But at the same time, the machine is stupid. And it thinks it's smart. It's kind of like working. It's kind of like working in Hollywood. You're working with something that thinks it's smart, but in reality, it's an idiot.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Kit Basher says he likes it, and I'm glad you like it.
See, what does it say? He says here. So here are those games my old keyboard player worked on. Descent.
Oh, Descent series, yeah.
What? Summoner 1, 2. Free Space 1, 2, Red Faction 1 and 2, The Punisher, Red Faction Guerrilla, Injustice Gods Among Us. Is Injustice, is that a DC game?
Yeah, I got a copy of Injustice 2 from I won it.
Oh yeah,
in a free giveaway, yeah, and for real, I got $100 worth of video game. I booted it up once, and I let my kid play it.
Oh.
I haven't even really played it yet. I was like, my kid, he did extra chores so he could earn time on my computer. Because I don't let the kids play on the computer, but rarely. And if they do exemplary work. I'm like, cool. All right, you kicked me off my station. You guys get the because that you saw the footage for that. That's unaltered footage from the game. I still need to run it through I should have run it through a high pass filter, but I'm not sure how to do that on this software. I still got to that's kind of movie filter. It cleans it up and sharpens it up and whatnot. So because I'm using DaVinci Resolve, not DaVinci the AI, DaVinci Resolve.
I don't know anything. Is that just another AI?
No. DaVinci, there is an AI named DaVinci. DaVinci Resolve is professional video editing software, but I've got so it's got
that's why I wouldn't know about it.
So it's got like a free version.
Oh, wait, right? Video editing?
Yeah, because I use DaVinci Resolve and I use OpenShot Video Editor, which is an open source video editor. I use both of those, and the full version of DaVinci Resolve, which I would love to buy, but that's $300, dude, for something I barely know how to use. But it's got like all the functionality. It's got most of the functionality of like, say, Adobe Premiere or Final Cut, those are industry standards as far as video editing goes. But there's a lot you can do with it, and there's tons of open source plugins for DaVinci Resolve as well, which that's why I really want to get into it. Here, hold on one second. Where's the thing? How do I do the thing? Nope, that's not it. Boop. Nope. Why are you showing my Novus dashboard? That's my mod organizer with 3,644 mods. Yeah, you see that number up there? 3,644 mods. That's how many. But it's showing the wrong window right now.
What mod are you talking about?
Oh, that was my mod organizer. Was up on the screen. But yeah, this is DaVinci Resolve right here. So, and then where is it? Where's my money? Where's my money, bitch? Kermit the Pimp here. Hi over there, Kermit the Pimp here. Bitch better have my money. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, so yeah, here's the whole video, like all the various.
What do you do?
So I've got this
kind of like this. Drop it where you want, like you splice it together, or
yeah. I recorded about 3 hours of footage to get the 4 minutes of game footage that you saw. Well, technically, I also have an outro, but that one's not uploaded yet because I still have to do the subtitles on that one.
Yeah.
But that one's in Japanese because that's at the end of my game. I dropped the outro, and that one is that one's in Japanese because it's like an anime outro, and it cracks me up every time because she's just flying away on her broom, and then it's got scrolling credits. That's all the mods. A big thank you to everybody. It's got the copyright, the legal. Credit where credit is due, copyright and trademark where copyright and trademark are due, right? So it's legit. It's a legit end credit roll, and then a little bit of fun, but it's got her flying around the Skyrim, and as I get to because there are new lands that I have that are in the mods, and there's also ones that are in the base game that I haven't gone to yet, but I'm going to fly around those in the broom, get some footage of that. And so that way I can continuously upgrade and update these credit sequences, right?
Yeah.
So, but that keep it fresh, keep it rolling. Have fun with it. Anyway, I got to bounce, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this one up. We're at an hour and a half, and it's getting on close to 5. I need to get off here and move around a little bit, get out of this chair.
Roger that.
I appreciate you stopping by.
I appreciate you having me, good sir. And remember everybody out there in TV land, You know what's coming. You know what's coming. You gotta smash that like button. You gotta share this out on your favorite social media. And until next time, you know what to do. Stay magnificent.
Yep. We'll see you, Tank. Guys, I'm gonna end this stream. I'm getting a little bit. I need to get up and move. Probably put my shoes on, go outside for a minute, and I'll take them off after a little while. But I'm gonna do a little walking around and see what else might need to be done. I don't really need to do anything other than just get up and get the blood flowing and moving around, and then try to fit in a little bit of reading in before I start to kind of relax this evening. I want to read a little bit, so that's what I'm going to try and do here in a little while. I hope everybody has a good evening, and I will be doing a show tomorrow about 1:30, comics group, and it's just a satirical, fun little group, and we may start talking about comics, but sometimes it leads in multiple places because not everybody, we don't just, but it's called Comics Group. So that's where we start. But anyway, until next time, this is old Mr. Gray Cloud here, Sage of the Eternal Moment. Really enjoyed hanging out, being here this afternoon. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the evening, this afternoon, today. And if you get a chance, pop in the chat tomorrow and say